Speaking of which, the right has been on a real tear as of late because of the minimum wage. Like I say, the best thing about that is that they are promoting the fact that the Democrats actually voted to raise the minimum wage $15 an hour. I think Nancy Pelosi couldn't have hoped for more. They passed 60 bills. None of them got any attention except for the rising of the minimum wage. And why is that? Because one, the idea that that labor would in any way be empowered. And I did a fascinating interview on what happened with the car industry in the United States. We're going to run that during vacation at the end of the month, but it's fascinating. The obsession with getting the cheapest labor costs possible is stunning. And of course, the dynamic really to look at, right? I mean, a dollar figure is just a dollar figure. It doesn't mean anything without a sense of like how much this thing costs and how much productivity is there. Productivity is basically like how much money is being generated by a company. And then you start thinking about the share of labor in that productivity. How much of profits essentially are going to, or revenue is going to labor relative to the productivity and to the overall share of revenue. And we know that even at $15 a minimum wage, workers are still getting less of a share of productivity or relative to productivity than they were 40 years ago. But yet they're very concerned because, the Wall Street Journal has a piece today about how 6 months later, people are really worried about the rise in the minimum wage. Now, there's no data. They just interview like 2 or 3 people who are like, yeah, I'm sort of worried. And then somebody from the Chamber of Commerce who's like, yeah, this is bad.
It's a lot of concerns.
A lot of concerns. You don't see people at Fox News talking about rental real estate prices in New York that are driving businesses out. It's always labor costs are too much. Here is Stuart Varney, again, on Fox and Friends. And it's always great to see the Fox and Friends people feel this is personal. When they feel these tragedies. Here is Ainsley Earhart talking about her friend again.
One of my best friends lives down in Florida. She has a chicken salad restaurant. They sell chicken salad. I asked her, could you survive if you increase it to $15 an hour? She said, absolutely not. It would take us under. She said, granted, the employees I have that work really hard, that do a wonderful job, they do get paid a little bit more, and she gives pay raises.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to earn that.
Don't let politicians set wage levels.
Okay, pause it for a second. Wait a second. So I'm unclear what Ainsley is saying at the end here. They actually get paid the minimum wage?
Oh, not 15, Sam. They might get like 14.25 if they're a really hard worker.
But you got to earn it.
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean? Like, here's the thing.
Opportunity.
Well, what does it mean?
Salad sandwich place.
What percentage of your productivity do you deserve? Right? Like, you never hear this that concept even come up in these situations because it is completely random.
It's basically charity.
In a chicken salad sandwich shop, my understanding is that you could actually, I'm trying to pretend like that's not hilarious.
Where do you hear the names of the sandwiches?
The chicken salad sandwich shop, you could assess how many sandwiches are my employees making per hour and what is my profit on that or what is my revenue on it. And I can find out how much of that revenue is dedicated to labor. That delta between your revenue and what you pay labor is whatever you as a chicken salad sandwich shop owner deem it should be. And now I imagine, now do you think she has a tiny shop, or do you think that she has 100 affiliates across the country?
I guess there's somewhere around 100 franchises.
100 franchises?
Chicken salad shops across the globe. So.
First of all, the idea that a chicken salad restaurant,
It's everywhere.
only chicken salad.
What more could you ask for?
It's in every Mayo state in the union.
I'm sorry, maybe your business is not meant to survive. Like,
Now all of a sudden you're Varney here.
here's-
Maybe you aren't
Shark
supposed
Tank.
to stay in the marketplace.
Well, I mean, my bottom line is, and I felt this as a waiter, but my feeling was like, if you're going out to eat and you can't afford to leave at least 15% tip, then you just got to find a less expensive restaurant. That's basically like my feeling. Like that's part of
Shark Tank.
exactly. That's part of the cost of going out there. And part of the cost of doing business is you pay your employees. And well, let's hear where Varney's going with this.
One of my best friends lives down in Florida. She has a chicken salad restaurant. They sell chicken salad. I asked her, could you survive if you increase it to $15 an hour? She said, absolutely not. It would take us under. She said, granted, the employees I have that work really hard, that do a wonderful job, they do get paid a little bit more, and she gives pay raises. But you got to earn
she
that.
gives pay
Don't
raises.
let
Oh, you
politicians
gotta earn it.
set wage levels, because they're buying votes. They're saying, hey, you vote for me, and look what you get. You will get a raise. You'll get $15 an hour.
That sounds like a... Yeah, it's not like we didn't watch President Trump walk through the 21st Century Club. Is that what that's called? The 21 Club? To people eating like $500 dinners. Literally tapping, I'm going to cut all your taxes. Give me a break.
And I can tell just by Ainsley Airhead's personality that her friend is the worst boss ever.
Who knows? Who knows?
If
The
you're
bottom
not
line.
committed to the mission of selling chicken salads, then you don't belong here. If it's just about the money and not the idea
like the amount
of
of-
putting the best chicken salad on a plate that can be put on a plate, then you should not be in this business.
But it's better than buying votes. This is buying votes with capitalists' money.
Yeah.
That you
Even
just
better.
make them give it to the
Now, we
The
did a
amount
little
of-
research. We don't know if it's the same company. I want to be clear about this. However, Ainsley Earhart did visit and promote a chicken salad restaurant in the Glades, Florida. Is that what it's called?
The Villages.
The Villages. Well, I don't know where that is. Somewhere in the Florida.
It's in hell.
And it's a very hoity-toity place. And we just looked up that company. And this company, what is the chicken salad? Now, it may not be her.
It might not be her, but Chicken Salad Chick is at least the first one that comes up on Google.
There
and the
could
one
be
that-
multiple chicken salad restaurants in Florida
Which
Could
might also
the
be a
chicken
problem.
salad
that are
palace.
also friendly with Ainsley Earhart. Because
I
maybe
try to keep my
once you get
business-
into that chicken
I
salad,
try to be friends with
so just-
everybody in the chicken salad cartel.
But we just saw an article about that chicken salad chick, and they gave $100,000 to charity to deal with cancer. I think it
Cancer
is.
and hunger. I
Cancer and
believe.
hunger, and good for them. But I have another suggestion that businesses are not responsible first for charity. They're first responsible for paying their workers. And so pay your workers. If that 100,000 doesn't cover it, which, boy, you got a lot of workers and you're paying them very little amount of money.
119 locations.
But if that $100,000 doesn't cover it, don't worry. I mean, you don't have anything left because we're going to tax those workers. We'll take some of that money and then you promote cancer research by the government. And then think of how that money travels to getting to those that cancer research. It goes into your employees' pockets. Then they pay it out to someone else who's got another business. It goes in sales tax. It goes in wage taxes. Everybody gets paid. And then the money still ends up going to cancer research.
Sam, do you understand logic?
Oh my God. I'm just looking at the menu right now and it's like so much mayonnaise. It's making me a little bit nauseous.
A good place for that in Florida.
I feel like I'm on too much tuna right now. I'm being pranked.